Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin with the funeral for a man we'd never heard of until 15 days ago. A man the world only learned the name of after he died in police custody. A 46-year-old black man whose name is now synonymous with calls for racial justice. George Floyd, his body in a gold casket, was laid to rest today in his hometown of Houston, Texas.
All of us know the name of George Floyd. Out of his death has come a movement. A worldwide movement. That movement is going to change the world.
Hundreds came to the Houston church for the funeral, including the families of other black men killed in police custody.
I shall see his face.
For more than 2 hours, they sang, they prayed, and they demanded justice. Floyd's body was then taken by horse-drawn carriage to his final resting place, a grave in Houston, next to his mother.
This was not just a tragedy. It was a crime. Lives like George will not matter until somebody pays the cost for taking their lives. And until we know the price for black life is the same as the price for white life, we're going to keep coming back to these situations over and over again.
In that eulogy, the Reverend Al Sharpton highlighted the long history of black men killed in America. Jackson Proskow in a service that was both deeply personal and resoundingly political.
The man whose death sparked a national movement was celebrated in the city where he spent most of his life.
And you find it hard to even breathe.
George Floyd was honored by friends and family, people who wanted the world to know about the person they've lost.
Tim, I love you, and I thank God for giving me my own personal Superman. God bless you all.
Known as Big Floyd to those close to him, he was remembered as a gentle giant, a man who would never have expected to become a household name.
Those 4 officers were literally on him for 9 minutes, and none of them showed they have a heart or soul. This is not just murder, but a hate crime.
Inside the Houston church, a celebration of life was mixed with reflection on 2 weeks of national outrage.
We are for all these young black men that are coming up in this world today, and just hug them and love them, because we don't ever know when the time will come.
Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden, who met Floyd's family on Monday, spoke by video, joining calls to address systemic racism in America.
We can't turn away. We must not turn away. We cannot leave this moment thinking we can once again turn away from racism that stings at our very soul.
The mother of Eric Garner, will you stand?
In the crowd of mourners, the families of other black Americans killed at the hands of police, coming together in hope this moment will finally bring about change.
All of these families came to stand with this family because they know better than anyone else the pain they will suffer from the loss that they have gone through.
George Floyd will rest in history as a man who inspired a national reckoning. Buried next to his mother, the woman he called out for during his final moments under the knee of a police officer. Jackson Proskow, Global News.
What mourners in Houston, Texas vowed today is that laying to rest George Floyd will not stop the movement his death has started, that the calls for justice, the calls to recognize a black life is worth as much as a white life will not go quiet. The story won't end. We leave you tonight with more moments from George Floyd's funeral.
Say goodbye to what we had.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to overcome the words, I can't breathe.
Who would have thought that his name would now be mentioned in South Africa, Canada, Nairobi, Berlin, South Korea, Europe, a person who may not have been known by many before.
I don't know where this road is going to lead.
These laws need to be changed. No more hate crimes, please. Someone said make America great again, but when has America ever been great?
We honor him today because when he took his last breath, the rest of us will now be able to breathe.
All I know is where we've been.
Right now, I want justice for my brother, my big brother. That's Big Floyd. Everybody know who Big Floyd is now.
I hope it's worth all the pain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.